Hey friends, good evening. So I'm going to explain the steps for how to execute a simple Java program for PageRank, and then how to do that using AWS, the steps to execute PageRank in Hadoop code. All right, let's get to the first part. So now we got to have any of the IDEs for executing this program, simple Java, simple PageRank.java. So as ma'am has given a zip in which we have this following program. So first we got to open our Eclipse or IntelliJ or any of the IDEs that you have, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to use IntelliJ. So now we have to open IntelliJ, then create a simple Java project and copy the attached PageRank.java and the zip file that is man given us into your Java project. And just we just got to run the PageRank.java. So now let's go ahead and run it again. Here we go. We're running right now. Oh, sorry. I need that. And then we get the input values of 5 and 5 as given by now. And then we enter values for each link. And as already given by now on canvas. So we got to enter this, and then we get an output of this. And we got to copy this into our notepad to solve. So what it says is what the program is basically is about. It ranks each individual web pages for us to. This is PageRank is basically a program used by Google for ranking their web pages, which helps them give better outputs, better results for people who search something. PageRank usually works by counting the number and quality of the links to a page to determine a rough estimate of how important the website is. The underlying assumption is that more important websites are likely to receive more links from other websites. So this is the basic idea of what a PageRank is and how it works. So for example, right now here we have given number of iterations is 5 and the number of nodes is 5. So the number of nodes as the number of nodes of 5. So we enter the values of each link. That is, we entered a 5 by 5 matrix here right now. So this will be a 5 by 5 matrix. This represents 1 if there's a connection to a certain node and 0 if there's not. So, for example, as already given in the zip file, there's a diagram given by ma'am that explains from node 0 to node 1 what's the connection from node 0 to node 1 and so on and so forth. So for the first iteration, like for the 0th iteration, each node generally all the nodes have a similar value starting, and all the nodes when combined have a value of 1. So for example, they generally do have a value of 0.2, that is 1 by 5, there are 5 nodes over here. But then due to some dampening and stuff, certain values are increased or decreased, but the total value of all these node 0, node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4 combined will have a value of 1. And so what's the next step is, let me show you, just give me a second. Yeah, so here's the diagram explanation that ma'am has given us, that we have it in our zip file. So for example, your node 1 is the node 0 over here, so it's represented like that. So node 1 has incoming nodes from node 5 and node 2. So that will be node 4 over here and node 1 over here. So let us calculate for node 0, like for node 1 we're getting from node 5. Node 5 is 0.200. And now what we got to do is calculate how many outgoing nodes are there from node 5. So from node 5 there are 1, 2 and 3 outgoing nodes. So that will be 0.200 divided by 3. So that will be what, around just give me a second. 0.200 divided by 3, it'll be 0.06. And then we got to add it with the outgoing nodes of node 2 as well. So node 2's value, that is the node 1 in the 0th iteration, is 0.28. 0.28. All right, and then we have two outgoing nodes, so it will be 0.28 divided by 2, that will be 0.14 plus 0.06, that's 0.2 right here for node 1, that will be 0.205. There you go, you got the right answer right now. So it's approximately the same answer, so it somewhat changes in the decimal values because we've not given the exact decimal values over here, right? So, and the similar thing happens to node 2 as well. So here in node 1, that's the node 2. Node 2 has incoming nodes from node 3, 4, and 1 as well. So we calculate the outgoing nodes from node 3, node 1, and node 4, and then divide it with the total number of outgoing nodes that we have for these, and then add those three, and that will be the rank of the node 1 in the first iteration. So on and so forth, we go on to the third iteration, and the last and final iteration will be the fifth iteration. As there are only 5 nodes over here, there will be only 5. As we've given the number of iterations as 5, so there'll be only 5 iterations over here. This need not be 5 and 5. This can be 5 iterations and 6 nodes as well. So but there'll be only 5 iterations. And then according to this, the node 2, which is the highest, which has the highest number in the rankings, node 2 will be the first ranked one, and then the node 3, I guess, node 4 and node 1 of the same rank, and then comes the node 5, and then the node 3. So these are the rankings. All right, that's the simple Java PageRank.java code that I've shown you here right now. Now let's go and see how the AWS works, so that we can see how do we do the same thing in the AWS. Yeah, so now let's get into part 2 of this project. That's using AWS to do a PageRank program in the Hadoop code. So as I said in the starting, let's keep our cluster ready, get ready and started. So I've got my cluster here waiting because I've already created the cluster, and it started running right now. So now what we got to do is we got to go to create an S3 bucket. We got to create a bucket in an S3. So let's go and do that right now. So this is my bucket that I've created. And then what we do is we upload the files. We add files. We go to, sorry, my bad. Kept it somewhere. I'm just looking for where I put it. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'll find out where it is and go back right now. Excuse me. Yeah, so I got the files. Let's go and add them. So this is the zip file that we've been given. So I've extracted it. Let's go open it up, and then we go to Hadoop code. We select the input pages and the PageRank.jar and upload both of these right here. So we input pages and then open, and then we upload the file. Yeah. It's done. And now we once again upload another another file into this. We upload the PageRank.jar as well, and upload it right here. So they've both been successfully uploaded to the S3 bucket. Now let's go ahead and connect to the PuTTY. All right. Okay, let's do that. Yep. So we go to the EMR, we go to the cluster, we open the cluster. We already know how to connect to a PuTTY right now. So let's go and grab this up. Let's go to PuTTY. and we got to paste the host name in. We got to post that thing in the host name, and then we've got to select SSH. We've got to select authentication. We got to browse our key that we've given, the EC2 pair key, and then we just accept it. All right, and then we enter the password. Okay, and then there we go. We're ready to put you here. All right. So what we do right now is, as we've already given up the thing, now we got to just download the pagerank.jar from the S3 bucket to this local file system, Hadoop file system. So what we got to execute is this particular command over here. So what we do is the command. Just give me a second. Yeah. So we got to use this command, and then using this command, this will help us to download the jar file from the S3 bucket to the Hadoop file system. So we just copy it, and then we right click it over here. So, but don't forget to change your bucket name that you've given over there. So ask my bucket name as 13322. Now we just got to enter it, and then see download S3. You can see that it's been downloaded. So now what we do right now is we got to run the jar file that we've downloaded. So as we've already gotten this, so now we go ahead, we run the jar file, and don't forget that again. We got to change our bucket name again. Now we just got to wait for it to run itself, run the program, and then give us an out. Excuse me. So the next step is nothing but we copy the output whichever we get over here. We copy this output into the local file system from the Hadoop system. So we just do Hadoop fs get user PageRank output part R, and we name it as 00000. And what we do after that right now is then from the local file system, we upload it, like we copy this thing to the S3 bucket so that we can then download it and then we can use it for us. So in the meantime, let this get completed and I'll show you the rest remaining two steps. It's taking a bit of time now. I think it's almost done. We should be done in about 1 minute or so. In a minute. So now we've got the output. So what we do is we do this, as I've explained already earlier, we got to use this code right now, this command over here. We copy this command and then we just paste it over here and we get this out. What this program does is copies the output from the local file system, sorry, from the Hadoop system to the local file system. All right, then let's just go and do it. Yeah, now it's done. And what we got to do right now is then copy this command over here and then just paste it over here. What this does is this command just lets us copy copy this output, page rank the output into the S3, into the bucket that we've created in the S3. So let's enter the bucket name over here. Right. Yes, I just checked if I'm recording or not. Yes, I am. And now, yeah, see, upload. It's showing upload part R0000 to S3 PageRank output.txt. What we got to do right now is then go to AWS services. We got to go through S3, open up bucket and check if there's the output file or not. There we go. We have our output.txt. Now what we got to do right now is then download these three, put it in a this thing, put it in a folder, and don't forget to just copy this whole command terminal output. So we copy this whole thing. All right, I think this is almost done. Yeah, till here, and then we just Control C, and then we open Notepad. It's right here. So this is when we name it as terminal output for clear understanding, obviously. So I've already saved it. So and one more thing. And when we do this in the IntelliJ or Eclipse or wherever you do the PageRank.java output, we got to copy that output as well. We got to copy the whole thing and put it in Notepad and save it. So what I've done over here is I've created a folder for the whole CCD thing, and this is mine, the CCD5. I've created a folder like this. I've put it. Oh, sorry. I've put it over here. I've created a README file, and then I've kept the terminal output, the sample Java PageRank.output. The PageRank.output, that is that's the one over here. All right, text document, and this is the output from the output that we got for the Java program, and this is Java file, obviously. So these are the things that we need to do, and that's all. That's all about the code. That hope you understood what I've shown you in the demo, and thank you so much.